High School. Okay, so transitioned from Majori Taylor Greene's Twitter account to fucking Bay Area high schools. Wow. Uh, I couldn't think of a good transition, so I was just like, "Alright, Bay Area high schools." Okay, so I was on TikTok the other day, as a normal 21-year-old is, and I was going through it, and I found this TikToker by the name of Miki Ray. Miki Ray, or sorry, not Ray, not like Addison Ray, but Miki Rai. Miki Rai is a TikToker. She's like a registered nurse. She does a lot of content, like, basic TikToker influencer shit, and she's popular. She has a lot of followers on TikTok. She's got 400,000 subscribers on YouTube. She's got 400,000 followers on Instagram. It's kind of a big deal. I don't know why, and I don't really know much about her, so I'm not going to pretend like I do. But I found her, and she was talking about how bad Bay Area high schools were for mental health. And she was talking about this from the perspective of a Monte Vista High School student because she went to Monte Vista High. So good for her. Shout out to you. Shout out to South Bay kids. So, make it in the world. Nice. Congratulations. She's a blue check, by the way. So that's cool. Uh, but she was talking about basically how bad they were for your mental health. And a lot of people around the Bay Area, TikTok creators, who are very normal people, who probably have 5,000 followers, whatever it is, duetted her with their perspectives, and they talked a lot about the issue and their hometown friends and how the environment here is very toxic and all of this stuff. And as someone who has talked about this issue, I did a whole podcast on this. You can go back, episode 4. It's called "What Are Competitive High Schools Like?" Did with my friend Thomas Jens. Fantastic human being. You should go check it out. Thomas is great, by the way, too. And you can go check it out. You can check out some of our very authentic and raw stories as to what we felt Bay Area high schools were like, particularly our Bay Area high school. And I've talked about this issue at length, and I did a whole episode on it. And I want to add like my very quick thoughts on basically like what I feel about this whole Bay Area high school situation. Okay. I think one of the things that people, when they talk about the Bay Area, they refer to this. They like a lot of outsiders who aren't from the Bay Area just think like the Bay is San Francisco and Oakland, and that's about it, right? And maybe a couple other surrounding suburbs. The Bay Area is fucking massive, okay? And it can be split into like 5 different zones. So let me do the zones real quick so everybody knows. The South Bay, which is San Jose to Los Gatos, in my opinion, right? Then you have the Peninsula, which is like Palo Alto up to Daly City. Then you have the East Bay, which is like Fremont all the way up to Oakland. You have the North Bay, which is like Marin up to Vacaville, Santa Rosa. Not even Vacaville. I'd say like up to Santa Rosa. And then you have SF, which is like its own little whack central capital of the Bay Area type thing. Okay. So you split that into all sorts of different zones. And that creates a place of extremes. The Bay Area is a place of complete and utter extremes. Okay. You cannot tell me that everybody in the Bay is rich and everybody in the Bay makes $100 million, or sorry, not $100 million. Everybody in the Bay owns $10 million houses and makes $300,000 a year with benefits. No, fuck that. No one, that is not true. There are a lot of people in the Bay Area who are starving artists. Okay. There are a lot of people in the Bay Area who are working their asses off, working multiple jobs to even fucking afford rent. I know a lot of people like that. Um, I think though when people do say the Bay Area, they are referring to this hometown, and it's like this like kind of term you can toss out there, like I'm from the Bay, and so it's very difficult to like describe that, and I don't blame them. But it definitely depends on where you live, and where you live, you'll have a specific experience. Okay, someone living in Richmond, California, in Antioch, California, is not going to have the same experience as someone who lives in Palo Alto, Fremont, Cupertino, Saratoga, wherever you live. Right? You're not going to have the same experience. The Bay Area is one of the richest places in the world, but also one of the most deprived. Okay. In that there are a lot of people in this community that are homeless. There are a lot of people in this community that do not have the privileges that we have. Okay. That I had growing up, where I had a house, a roof over my head, access to the best public schools in the country. Like, I just want people who complain about these things to like also put that into perspective. The fact that we had this incredible life. We had an incredible life if we think about it in that sense. I'm also going through this very quickly because my computer is about to die, as it always does. Fuck my computer. Anyway, I think these high schools, though, are located in pockets where it's like pretty well-to-do suburbs. So like parts of San Jose, Cupertino, Saratoga, Fremont, Palo Alto, San Ramon, Walnut Creek, to name a few of these like well-off suburbs that, people do pretty well for themselves if you live from there. So there is a lot of economic privilege in these areas. But at the same time, mental health is important. And I'm not trying to diminish that problem in any way. Okay. Because it is. I've been affected by mental health, and a lot of my friends have been affected by the mental health because of the high schools and the surrounding environments that we've been in. But my thing is, if you aren't in STEM, particularly because the Bay Area is surrounded by STEM, Silicon Valley, all of that stuff. So if you're not in STEM, competitive high schools around here honestly shouldn't affect you, in my opinion. Okay. Like they shouldn't be, you should not allow them to affect you. And I think as someone like who's removed, maybe it's a little easier to say that because when I was in it, I was like in it. I think like, I went to one of these cutthroat high schools and like I'm in community college now. So like I really understand that truly none of the shit I did in high school mattered. I could have smoked weed, partied, and gotten drunk every day, and I would have probably been in the same place that I'm in today. Right? Community college. That's where you'd be. Um, but I think kids in the Bay are buying into this thing too hard. That's my problem. I think if you buy into the problem, it's not going to help you. Don't buy into what the fuck your STEM friends are saying. Do you. That is the key. You need to have people around you that support you for who you are and support your passions and support what you want to do because it's because you shouldn't buy into this college hype bull crap, okay? Cal, Michigan, wherever the fuck you want to go, Harvard, Yale, doesn't matter, okay? If you go to San Jose State, if you go to Cal, if you go to Harvard, you're going to be the same person. It's just a fact. Okay. And I think one of the solutions to this problem, real quick, my computer's at 3%, so I'm going to go quick. I think one of the main solutions to this whole problem of competitive high schools that's been trending around TikTok has to be the schools putting grade bumps you have to take out the grade bumps for AP classes. You also should just take out AP classes altogether. College Board is complete bullshit. Take out the whole thing. It's dumb. And the fact is, like, if you take out AP classes, it takes out a majority of the problems. Okay, then the competitive culture, you can address that locally within your school. That's a whole microclimate issue, and you can talk about that amongst your local community. There's different things in local communities, dynamics, whatever. But yeah, those are my very quick thoughts. These public high schools 100% prep you for college. I will be the first person to say that. But the fact is, they treat education here like it's a fucking game. Okay, they prep you on how to crack the game. And I sit here and I know a lot of my friends all around the Bay Area who are in college now doing great things have been damaged because of this environment that we're in. And they think about everything that they do, every decision in life. I see it in the way that they make decisions is based on the Bay Area mindset of like, how am I going to get to the next step? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about what is the next materialistic step, and that's the Bay Area mentality that I fucking hate. So, point is, if I had to do high school again, this is my advice to all the high schoolers out there and all the young kids. And I'm sorry if it's very expletive filled and blunt. Don't try. Don't try to be something you're not. Okay. Don't take advanced classes unless you're really passionate about it. Explore your passions, explore socially, don't care about your grades, and party. Because high school is supposed to be about exploration and about having great experiences with your friends and the people around you. So if you do that, all that shit that you go through, and I'm saying this as someone who was here, right? When people were out partying and getting lit and having fun and raging, I was in my room studying for the SATs, which I got an 1180 on, right? That this shit didn't matter. Who the fuck? I'm in community college. The SAT didn't matter at all. So point is, go have fun, go explore your passions. If you get C's, so what? You passed. You'll be fine. High school should be about exploration, not about studying, not about working hard, not about building for this next stage of your life. Figure out what you want to do. Figure out who you are as a person because I'm telling you, at 25, 26, 27, when all your friends are quitting their corporate jobs at Meta or whatever, you are going to be much better off. And I see it with a lot of people that I'm surrounded by, that the people who studied the hardest in high school are often the ones who are the most lost. But the people who didn't study as hard and maybe had a little bit more fun and let themselves go a little bit and were free, they seem to just be happy with themselves, which I think at the end of the day is what you should be. So be happy, have fun, explore your passions, follow your dreams, and party. That's my advice. Anyway.